Hello everybody, welcome to the Contest Round Podcast. We're now on episode 66, which is always good. Execute Order 66. Dan, is it 66? That's a Star Wars thing, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay,
I think
we're executing...
That's Palpatine wiping out the Jedi. Yep.
We have just executed Order 66 on the Rebel scum. Marvel Contest of Champions, Marvel Future Revolution, and MCU. Anyway, hello everybody, welcome to the episode 66. If you don't already, we're on Soundcloud, Spotify, iTunes, and all the kind of the stuff. Links in the bio to wherever you want to listen to this podcast, wherever we're splatting in your ears. If you don't already, I'm joined by Dan. You heard Dan a moment ago. Dan of www.frontlinemcoc.home.blog. Everything for your needs of guides, information, coverage. We've got grading, coverage of July 4th going to be very important this weekend, so make sure that you do bookmark www.frontlinemcoc.home.blog. That's where you can catch Dan as we push Dan. Get over to Twitter now and push Dan up to 3,000 followers. You're so close. You're so close.
I know, it's exciting. Big milestone. Appreciate all the support on Twitter, folks. So, Rich, happy July 4th weekend.
Which is kind of weird as an American saying that to a Brit.
I know, I was thinking that. And to our friends in Canada, I see that a few of you are recovering from Canada Day yesterday, which yesterday went from the point of view of us recording this podcast. So just happy long weekend to everyone. Happy major deal weekend in Marvel Contest of Champions. So let's get into it. Rich, is Kabam getting into your wallet this weekend or not?
No.
Oh,
absolutely not.
Oh, absolutely not. Living that free-to-play life, then.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I'm actually disappointed.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me why you're disappointed.
Okay, so I do have some notes for this, so I need to kind of revert back to them I've just released a video. This will be on Friday. Just released a video, but video has just gone out about that. My kind of gripes, if I can I think I've put down my my kind of my notes somewhere on my desktop. I don't know, not where. Oh no, I just found it. Okay, good. Right. So Cavalier deals. They're slightly better, so we'll talk about this as well at the same time. Cavalier deals, they're slightly better. There's an improvement amount of the tier 5 CC I've seen, but it's not ridiculously better. You still have to, if you buy the unit one, you're getting a 15%, right? If you go, but the next time you get anything of substantial for selection side of things, you are pushing into the, I think it's 15,000 to 18,000 unit bracket. I want to say it's more 15,000 than 18,000 because I think 18,000 includes the 6-star Awakening Gem, which I still find ridiculous that for a Cavalier player, do you really need a 6-star Awakening Gem? It always kind of bothers me that's kind of right at the very end.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have. You're certainly going to be able to use it at some point. But is that, I don't know, it seems like it's really hard for even Thronebreakers to get a 6-star Awakening Gem.
Which is the thing that's going to come when, comes to my points about Thronebreaker. So my major gripe about Thronebreaker deals is the volume of tier 5 CC. My particular observation of this is that how I feel more as a mid-level Thronebreaker player to a top end, the narrative of this is set because you've got the chase resource is now tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha, so that's kind of that's top end problems. That's your people in Master Alliance tier. There's people in high prestige for Alliance quest, and also thinking about map 8 coming kind of problems. That's not my problem. My problem at the moment is acquiring more rank 3 6-stars, and the sad thing about it is if you observe those deals, especially the unit cash ones, there's only one tier 5 class catalyst or the equivalent to on offer at all. That's the most striking thing for me.
So this is interesting because for me, when you look at the unit deals, I do think they're solid. But there's clearly, when you look at the two 10K deals, the first 10K deal is more of an acquisition and rank up one. Like there's that 6-star 2020 Nexus, which is I actually bought that deal. I haven't opened it yet. Like 1 out of 10 for 2020. Like you should be able to pull a great champ out of that Nexus.
Yeah.
And then you've got the random rank up gems, which they're going to help you. They're random. There's still a lot of materials there, but that's a great bundle for someone who's just kind of getting into Thronebreaker, needs to build their roster. Basically, any rank 3 helps them, but maybe they don't need to target something. And then you've got the Superior Catalyst bundle, which is very much like you were talking about. That's Master Alliance. That's someone who knows which champion they want to rank 4, has to have a rank 4 as soon as there's rank 4 is available because of AQ prestige. So like you've got something for like the new Thronebreakers, you've got something for the very top end, the throniest of the Thronebreakers, the people who that 100% everything the day it comes out, right? Like those people pushing, they need to put their down payment on the rank 4s, so they got to get their tier 6, they got to get their tier 3. I think I put in my review, like nothing else matters to them. They're gonna get it. Everything else is a throw-in. But if you're like, hey, I need to build the width of my 6-star roster as a Thronebreaker, you need as much T5CC and preferably selectors.
Yes.
And like you said, those aren't really here. There's that one selector in the 10K, the full one, but there's not like, hey, what if I need like 25% of like 3 classes and I need to spread this out? You're not getting a lot of swings at getting the T5CC you need if you need that sort of that broad range to widen your roster. So I could see from a player you're a little ahead of me, why you would be frustrated with that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I kind of feel that me and you are kind of like at a level point of what we want to do. We've exhausted what we need to with the 5 stars, but occasionally we will rank up, the occasional one, which I guess that kind of puts the narrative of, okay, well, that's the 1,000, which are... but then I come to this kind of like these realizations about what a Thronebreaker player is, and I'm just kind of like, I'm at a point where I'm undecided, because we come to the same point as we had last year with a Cavalier player. The Cavalier player was a problematic thing for Kabam because they had people at the top end of Cavalier that were just stimulating more of a 6-star roster, and as a result, the Cavalier player was split up between what was the top end of Cavalier, now as Thronebreaker, versus the lower end of Cavalier, which is now either in the last year you've become Thronebreaker, or still in that narrative of, I'm still collecting 5 stars and still trying to rank 5 said 5 stars at the same time. But there's a divide between what is a top end and a bottom end. And that's why I'm feeling that Kabam are now starting this split again. Hence why for me it's like it's looking at the situation of, okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rank 3 6 stars, and I've got tier 5 CC wise enough to do a further, come on, quick, further 1, 2, 3, a further 3, maybe 4 more after this. So therefore I'm like, okay, well, there's other players out there that obviously have done more content, and if you do more content you get more stuff. If you do other higher map in AQ, you're going to get further, fine. But what is on offer for me is 1 additional in the unit bundles. It's not 2, it's not 3, which I kind of feel like, okay, again, like, where am I at with the game and these other people? Where am I in comparison? And also like the 6-star awakening gem, and looking at it going like, okay, well, I just opened in the last month, I opened how much? 10 plus about 15 6-stars, and I'm still, and that's from doing the Grandmaster Gauntlet and looking at my current roster and going like, it's fine, like my 6-star roster is solid enough. But if I had a 6-star awakening gem, even if it was a random one, it gives me options of potential champions to split up. If I get a skill, that'll go to Aegon. If I get a Mystic, it will go to, I don't know, I'll probably find something. I mean, I've got enough to choose from. Maybe even Tigra for hell's sake. If I get a Cosmic, then that will go to Corvus Glaive. If I get, there would be options to take Awakening Gems and use them. But to spend 18,000 units... Is it 18,000 to get to 6-star?
It is 18,000 if you're going to do all the deals and get the 6-star generic gem, yes.
If I have to spend 18,000 units to do it, I would be better off using those 18,000 units to 100% Act 6 and get it. Or even less than that. I mean, I'm not saying that would take me, but that's the process that you have to always look at. Like, could I go a different way to do the Awakening versus the other stretch? But that's just my thoughts of where I'm up to. I see what Kabam are trying to do. I see the value in certain places, especially with that 6-star 2020 Nexus crystal, but it just hasn't ticked the right boxes for me. So I think spending wise, as I did agree with Royal Red, who said he'd sponsor one of my openings, which is just saying, like, a member of the community says, here's some money, would you can do it, and that's very generous of him. I would probably get something, because at the end of the day, you're buying units, you're getting something for free back from it. That's the only kind of positive I can grab from that, and I'll probably just do an Odin. But Dan, I've yammered on as much as possible. Is it? What is your take on July 4th?
I mean, I thought it was solid. I will probably drop $30 for one Tony Stark briefcase.
Yeah.
For the full 6-star and those 35 generic 6-star signature stones, and that will probably be the limit to my spending. I did grind a whole bunch of units, since the gifting event. So I had 24,000 units on hand this morning. So I did drop all 18K. I did go for the Superior Nexus bundle to get the rank up gems and get the Nexus, and of course at that point I feel like you've got to spend the extra 3K. You got to go all in. I've never had a 6-star Awakening gem. It's time to get one. Worst case scenario, even if I strike out on my crystals, and I've got the 2020 Nexus, I've got a regular Nexus, and I've got 3 of the basics right now. So when I buy that Tony Starks, I'll have a 4th. Even if I have a really bad opening, I can still awaken Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So that's, at least it's like I'm not going to be sitting on that gem. So that's good. I thought the unit deals were good. They're positive value. A lot of times the unit offers I don't think are worth getting. These are worth getting, but they don't blow me away, but they're good. What I think is very interesting is usually with the 210K offers, we're given what I like to call the chase resource value trap.
Yeah.
where you're overpaying for the shiny new chase item. But these, relative to each other, the 210K offers are about equal. And it's clear to me that Kabam is prepping the end game throne breakers for rank 4s at this point. Now, we're not going to see any rank 4s this weekend. I think there were some people that were saying we're not. I think we've got to get through at least Summer of Pain before that's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, clearly we're headed in that direction.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing was the decision to include everyone below uncollected in the uncollected offers.
Yeah, that was a bit weird, but I guess
talk about accelerating progression.
Yeah, does this go back to like the bad financial performance of the year? Like maybe Kabam are thinking to themselves, okay, would he include that? Does this kind of like allow people to get that interest and opportunity to spend a bit and as well get something good?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Q1 numbers may be overblown. I don't think they were as bad as some people have said they are in the context of what was going on in the game. I'm really interested in when the Q2 numbers come out, because that includes Deadpool's spring cleaning, which I thought was a really good sale.
I've had a few people say that.
If their Q2 was down with that sale, then I would get nervous.
Yeah.
I just think Q1 was no new content. The new champs were not that desirable, and there just wasn't that much to spend on, relative to the previous years.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, when you take that into consideration, I think the performance was understandable. But
yeah,
if Deadpool spring cleaning didn't move the needle, then you have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm looking on my Act 4 free-to-play account right now, and I think I'm actually going to grab the first 2 unit deals on that on my free-to-play, because they are pretty good. Let me just, you're getting for 1K, you're getting half a 5-star, you're getting a tier 2 alpha, you're getting some 5-star sig stones that can help you, but the 4K includes a generic awakening gem, a generic 5-star awakening gem, which if you're uncollected or below a generic 5-star awakening gem is crazy if you're not even into Act 5. And it's got a bunch of other stuff. It's got a quarter of a 6-star, it's got a full 5-star, it's throw in some all the random tier 4 catalysts at you, a couple T2 3 T2A. So if you buy the first 2 deals, you can awaken and rank for a 5-star. For uncollected or below, that's a huge level of power. Wow. So that's where we're headed. They want people getting through uncollected as fast as they can at this point.
Yeah, Amy, just kind of they want people to kind of like go up titleages as quickly as possible. It's
clearly
incredible.
Yeah.
I wish I was a Thronebreaker player and below now. Well, not a Thronebreaker player. Not a Thronebreaker. I wish I was an uncollected player. I don't think current uncollected players will look at it just like, very favourably. But, that's the thing. Kabam seems to want everybody to go up to the next titleage. Everyone, Kabam wants everyone to be Thronebreaker at this stage. So anyway, let's move on and let's talk about 32.0 new release notes. There's not a huge amount on offer.
No, and we already knew so much going in. I mean, we knew Hercules was coming forever from the champion choice vote. I do like how they work that into the motion comic, though.
Yeah,
because Hercules is such an egomaniac in the comics that it works so well. It's like, you're the winner, and he's like, I am a winner. Yes, I am. Like he's such a bro. He's great. So yeah, fun motion comics. So we knew we were getting Hercules and America Chavez, so no surprises there. We know when the champions are coming out. I think this month it's really we know who's getting buffed. We knew Summoner Showdown was coming back. Summer Pain continuing. We knew that. So it's really, I think this month is going to be, are Hercules and America Chavez good? Is the side quest confusing or not? And I know you've started to get into that already. What do those Thronebreaker Summer of Pain objectives look like?
Those
are going to be the defining points of the month, particularly those Thronebreaker objectives.
Yeah, like if it's going to be like use a 4-star, use a 3-star, or only use this class, or
I think it's got to be something like that. I just hope it's not use a specific champion. I think that's not cool if there's only a 1-week expiration date on the objective. I think if it's use a class or use a certain tag, I think we have to expect that. Hopefully it's not 3 stars though.
No, I do have this not sneaky suspicion, but I don't know how painful they make it. If it's something like, to get the extra objective, you have to do it without using X amount of, say, revives. Like if you do it, it's like say if like you make a mistake, then it's like limited to say like defeat the enemy without using any revives, or kind of without using any items or something, or I don't know what other stipulations they can do, but I
wonder if they can code that.
Yeah,
I don't think we've ever seen anything like that before, which may be the one thing that saves us.
Yeah, I should have said that. I'm going to give them ideas. Just don't do that, please. That will literally kind of like.
Yeah, that would certainly cause a lot of heartburn for people if it's restricted in that way. But I can't think of a time when they've ever done that.
Exactly.
But I fully expect some class restrictions, some tag restrictions.
Yeah.
And potentially like I do it with a 4-star at one point. This week we had I think the fight everyone assumed we were going to see. Everyone thought we were going to see Acid Wash Mysterio in this thing. Everyone was correct. He's back. At least there's a node to help you armor break him and keep his helmet turned off. But Rich, have you taken this guy down yet?
I haven't. I went in and played around with Archangel a little bit, and that was fun. I think I took about like 150k off before. I just thought, no, I'm being poisoned here. There's no point to this. So I'm taking a little bit of a weekend siesta, especially as I'm going to focus my attention on some Act 7.2, and then kind of like come back to it maybe about Monday, Tuesday time before, say, the new kind of like quests and stuff drop. I've tried out a few things like Magneto and other stuff, but I just thought if I'm not at least kind of like taking off half the health points in one go, I'm not really kind of like doing it much justice. So I think I'm gonna like come back to it with like either Apocalypse, maybe do like a Funky King Groot, or do some other stuff possibly.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. I'm gonna start testing out the fight this weekend. Seen some good Immortal Abomination videos.
Oh, nice.
Someone I have it at rank 4 as a 5-star. Metal Sonic Dude just dropped an Apocalypse solo, and I do have him at rank 3, which you do as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty appealing to see that Apocalypse is a really good option. I may go that route just because he is the highest ranked champion I have that appears to be an option. Unfortunately, the Matador node kind of restricts Man-Thing's effectiveness in this fight. 'Cause I was kind of looking forward to using Man-Thing for Acid Wash Mysterio, but I haven't seen any good Man-Thing videos yet. So seems like it's getting a little harder. Seems like this is harder than the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
A little more restrictive as far as the counters, but still doable.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully that use limited items thing is not a thing, because I'd be bloody annoyed about that if I was.
Yeah.
I like the side event. I just kind of quickly touch on the side event. It seems to be good. The idea behind the grind seems to be better. It seems to be that you get a choice, and we
like choices.
Yeah, and the choice based on a few sums, which just before we started recording, confirmed by Kabambu, who says that yes, you can earn if you put 28 runs into the Assault on Olympus Recruit. You can pick up, if you do Legendary, 11,200 6-star shards, which is amazing.
That's a good side quest.
Yeah, there's also, as I worked out in a video, the idea behind you actually don't have to do all the runs to get a fully formed, or get 10,000 6-star shards. You can actually do a 20 split and do 20 of the runs in Recruit and Legendary, and pick up, I think it was like around 8,000 something 6-star shards, and then you can get from the milestones 2,000 6-star shards, which means you get the 10,000, which means you can invest 8 additional runs into Train. It's an optional thing, it's a pick and choose thing, it's up to you, the scenario you take and how you grind it. So really happy to report that. And I am actually
we like the ones that players have flexibility to choose their rewards, which is always nice. Yeah, sorted. Cool.
That's really weird. We actually kind of passed through a lot of MCOC stuff. It's not. I don't think there's anything particularly new that's kind of like MCOC wise. That's.
No, I think like you said, we're coming to the end of a 5-week month.
Yeah.
So pretty much everything that has happened. I know it's July now, but it's still June as far as MCOC is concerned. So yeah, I think we've more than covered everything. It's just about wrapping up Event Quest and the side quest. I got a couple more runs to do. But yeah, looking forward to July, and I hope these new champions are good.
Yeah, I do too.
Especially, Hercules winning the vote. I think, these cosmic champs could be so hit or miss. It's like they're either like impossible to ramp up or like super OP.
Yeah, because we don't want to go down the route of like either it's Odin, the first iteration of Odin and the extent of like how you had to kind of like work him hard to kind of ramp up, or the Airwalker scenario where he's just so meh on the hit, it's kind of like pretty pointless. Whether or not it's going to be on a Cosmic Ghost Rider kind of level of stuff, that is the big telling question. We'll probably have time to dissect a little bit of that next week in the next episode of the podcast. That's cool. But I think we should move on now and talk about what is becoming one of my favourite Marvel Disney Plus shows, and that is Loki.
Yeah, so, I think I said episode 3, I was a little mad about, but they turned it around with episode 4, didn't they?
Yeah, I honestly
if you weren't on board, yeah, I mean, they called it the Nexus event, but it was literally everyone screaming at the TV for like an hour. Like, I can't believe that happened. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, so much stuff happened in this episode. We had a surprise appearance by Jamie Alexander as Sif, who we haven't seen in years, uncredited, which was a bit weird.
Yeah.
But great to see her. You never know if that means she'll be able to appear in a later project or not. But it's always good to see our old friends back. But like, let's face it, and some big consequential stuff happened. So let's just get right into it. Obviously we're talking spoilers here. Rich, is Mobius dead?
Well, if you see the post-credit scene, possibly not. He may be on a jet ski somewhere.
He deserves to be on a jet ski somewhere. It was very interesting. A little heartbreaking to see him kind of figure out that he's been lied to, and the whole TVA crew starts to pick up on the fact that they've been lied to. There was the agent that Sylvie had brainwashed. She started to figure things out, and Loki got through to Mobius with the "you're lying to yourself" line. But yeah, I mean, when Mobius gets vaporized like halfway through the episode, I was like, oh my god, like, what? They just killed Owen Wilson. Like, they just killed one of the two name actors in the series.
Yeah, I think it was
in the middle of episode 4. Like up until like even when she said to purge him, I was like, well, something's gonna happen. He's not gonna wait. He did. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was.
It was that I did not expect.
That was at the time I was thinking like, I even went, wow. Because I was thinking like, and then I was like, no, that's his line. He's meant to be the one who says, "Wow."
Yeah.
Okay, so
they actually did it.
I do like the way they start off the episode by kind of like grabbing the kind of the younger Loki. Well, sorry, the Sylvie.
We get some context and really makes her story a lot more meaningful. That like it doesn't seem like she was doing anything. She was just a kid.
Yeah.
Like what did she do? It doesn't seem like it was anything major, and I'm not quite sure. I believe what was it? Ravenna's line about I don't remember. Like I'm pretty sure she remembers.
Yeah.
I think this Loki case is pretty consequential to her. I think that was just a dig.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything more to this episode. Like I thought there was going to be like a real weird twist, like maybe that Sylvie was plucked from the from that timeline at that particular age, and if for whatever reason Hiddleston's Loki is actually like replaced in it, because I didn't see any of that. What is it? Sometimes when they put that, the Minutemen put that thing down or to kind of reset the timeline.
Oh yeah,
it's like she's been totally removed when any kind of inconsequential reset to what's kind of like going on. So I don't think it's worth exploring because I don't think that's going to be the case if that's going to happen. But it was a lot of this episode was incredibly deep for the the big meaning of everything that the Minutemen stand for, the TVA stand for, even what the variants stand for. Like, everything comes to a head, and the Timekeepers, we finally got to see them. That was a big twist,
finally got
wasn't
to
it?
see them, and they're fakes.
Yeah.
So which leads us to the question: it's like, well, somebody's running the show behind the scenes. Like, who's the man behind the curtain? Is it Kang? Is it somebody else? I think, the Timekeepers not being the real deal makes things a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Because we have a real mystery on our hands now.
My big concern with the Timekeepers is it's going to come to a head, and the twist is going to be my twist. I'm hoping. Well, not twist I'm hoping for. The twist that I'm hoping for is it's Kang, because of the android creation of those kind of Timekeepers. The thing that I'm worried about is the Mandarin twist, where it's like, they pull back a curtain and it's like some bloke going like, "Oh, hello, it's me. This is actually an acting gig."
Oh,
that I'm doing.
yeah.
That's my concern.
You don't want to get an Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I don't want to get an Iron Man 3. That's
okay. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. No, I hope it's setting up like a real big bad, like Kang.
Yeah.
That would be a lot more fun. So things come to a head with the Timekeepers. Loki is taken by Sylvie. He's not watching his 6. He gets purged. He gets vaporized, and then we're just all freaking out.
Yes.
because we're like, wait, did that happen? He's not dead. He can't be dead. You can't kill Loki 4 out of 6 episodes into the Loki show. So, and then we're just sitting there watching the credits, thinking, it's like, are we gonna have to like be wondering about this all week?
Yeah.
If Hiddleston's dead or not. And of course, thankfully, I think we get our first post-credit scene, and Loki's not dead, but apparently when you get purged, you get sent somewhere. And he looks up, and we're seeing what I can only assume to be more variants in Old Man Loki, in the classic 60s comic outfit, which I love. Kid Loki, a character wielding a variation of Mjolnir, credited as Boastful Loki, and the creature that has just broken the internet, Croki, the crocodile Loki.
Where do you start? Where do you end?
I don't even know. I'm just excited that I don't have to like worry about Loki being alive.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is a lot more fun. Like, now we've got even more Loki variants. Like, this just seems highly entertaining.
Yeah. There's still a scene in one of the trailers which hasn't been shown, and that is that the vote for Loki. What did you expect?
I was just about to say, like, are we gonna get vote for Loki? Like, what's that all about?
Yeah,
I want that.
Maybe they're kind of like, it's either like going to be Tom Hiddleston and seeing another Tom Hiddleston turn at Loki. It's 2 Lokis, because I can't really decide when I've seen like some of the images whether or not it's kind of like he's got shorter hair in that. Does he get a haircut during it? Is it same or similar? Because I can just see like this is kind of like the Loki that we know, the 2012 one that's kind of now incredibly matured very quickly. Is this the rational Loki, and the other Lokis are just going to be completely ridiculous because he's just be like, look, I know you all want to be mischievous, you all kind of like out for one, you're out for yourselves, right? But we need to take down the TVA, and this is what we need to do. He's like would he try and kind of group them together because he's the rational Loki against all these other kind of like irrational Lokis? Yeah. There's so much to go over.
And now it seems like Lokis have caused a lot of problems for the TVA. So is this just a bunch of purged Lokis?
Yes.
Running around with a grudge on, for the TVA, and our Loki's figured some stuff out. They've probably figured some stuff out, being wherever they're being held. And of course, where does this leave Sylvie, who's still at the TVA and thinks, Hiddleston Loki is dead?
Yeah.
So what's her next move? And
also, like, let's assume for a moment that Mobius is alive. Where is Mobius? Where's he gone? And I've still got this kind of is this the place as soon as you get vaporized or purged? is this where everybody goes to go, or is it all the same type of variants? Because I was talking about this week about that theory of going like, is Mobius like more powerful than he knows, and his powers are suppressed? Is he just a normal person, a random person? Those are some key questions I kind of like want some answers to. We got 2 episodes. No, we did with 2 episodes left.
We got 2 episodes left. It's exciting stuff.
Oh,
I'm ready. I'm ready for the next episode.
Yeah.
This is going to be a wild ride to the finish. So,
absolutely.
It's like you said. It was funny because like the first couple episodes, there were some people like going crazy and I can't believe this and that. I was like, okay, no, like I'm good. I'm liking this. But then when I started seeing the episode 4 stuff, like people freaking out, and I was like, okay, what's going on here? I was like, oh, yep, they delivered on this one. So good for them. So we got, like you said, we got 2 episodes left of Loki, and then we've got the Black Widow movie finally coming out.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see that when it. I'd like to see it when it goes out, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm going to try.
Cool. Yeah. So we get some stuff with some other games. Quickly. Realm of Champions 4.0 is out. The big thing is the transmog. The frustrating thing for me was like, it's there, but all the costumes were locked when you downloaded it. So even like the costumes like of the ones you had, those didn't appear to count. Like you had to pull the costumes again, and you have to pull certain pieces. It looks like 5 times to unlock the piece. So there's some really cool costumes there, but I couldn't actually do anything with it. So that was a bit frustrating to me.
That's annoying. I probably have come to the point where I probably won't no longer play Realm, sadly.
No.
Yeah.
You have a new love. It's called Marvel Future Evolution.
Yeah.
and it has stolen your heart, it appears. But no, you tell me, like, are you've downloaded it, you've got you've moved to Canada. And you over the weekend you've downloaded the game.
Yeah.
That was very nice of M to agree to an international relocation while planning a wedding.
Yes.
So like how are you liking the game? Is it living up to the hype for you?
It is. I didn't think it would. I thought it would kind of go down a route of like there's nothing there. But it looks like I don't want to kind of like give Kabam a lot of kind of like flack about stuff, but I wasn't going to take it from a game comparison, but what I will do is I'll compare it from a development standpoint, because we've talked about this about Realm before. Is the process that they had was Realm felt to me that it was not a done game to at least the 3.0 update, which is putting it this year. The game went in beta latter. Nearly a year ago actually, and then was released in December then as well, kind of like came out, and it's like Kabam done an amazing job when it comes to like story arc, the story they want to play out, and other stuff like that. But this game, Marvel Future Revolutions, was kind of like, it was put out as, hey, we're going to make a game in 2019, and at that point you don't know how long the development process would be. It's taken, it'll be 2 years when the game goes global. 2 years to do that game. You look at other games, Diablo Immortal was meant to be the big game by Blizzard, one of the biggest mobile games that's meant to come out, and that's been in development since 2018. I am massively impressed with how they're telling the story and I'm invested in the story of the convergence that is with Marvel Future Revolution. I'm following the story more. It's interesting to know where we're going with the characters, the reasons that they're there, what they're doing, how they've even summoned Thanos, and other things like that. That's the story side of things. From a game perspective, you have got so much of a guide with things of where you're going, what you're doing. It's phenomenal. You're going like a Grand Theft Auto, MMORPG, open world, exploration type narrative. You going, hey, I'm doing my main missions, which are in purple. I've got my side missions in green. I've got what GTA's hidden packages or whatever it is. They got collectibles you go and grab. It's a bit complex for some things, like trying to explain that in order to make your hero powerful, you have to get special cards, like collectible trading cards, which you then can improve and upgrade. You've got standard skills, which you can upgrade and kind of put to like next rankings and then put them in your kind of your click buttons on the screen. You've also got squad power improvements. You've got costumes. And the transmog system is always already in place. You can pick and choose bits and bobs from out comic book history of one particular character and other stuff, and create the look. Then you lock the look, but when you go back, it hasn't changed anything of, say, the the gauntlets you're wearing, the cloak or kind of thing you're wearing, your headpiece, your chest piece, your boots and stuff like that, and pants. Trousers. Where you are in the world. And that's that. From a fight perspective, it's good. It's good. You kind of click and mash a load of buttons on the screen, and you'll do different things. You got dodge functions. You can do 3 and like you might need them. You get prompters of when to dodge to help you out, and there's camaraderie, party battles and stuff. There's this thing called Most Wanted, where what you do is you'll be fighting in this open world area, and then you get this kind of like prompt up to say a villain's appeared, and you can then go to that particular like boss that just randomly appeared and go and take it down. And I'm at level 30, 33, and I'm not even kind of at a point of discovering the full magnitude of the game. And there's things like badges that amplify and improve stats. Yeah, I'm just loving it. I'm loving it as well, the variety of bosses you go up against as well. I'm not saying MCOC isn't kind of like similar. You do go up against bosses, but like I don't feel punished that much if I make a mistake, because you can reset. Like you can revive for I think like 5,000 coins in the fight. You can only do that once. And that's free, obviously. You grind coins for free. You have to reset it, which in some cases it takes a long time to do. But if you're learning from mistakes, then you're getting better as a player. The boss fights are in. Sorry, Dan.
It seemed like during the tutorial they were kind of rotating you through the different characters. Like I think I saw you go from Black Widow to Storm to Spider-Man. At one point, is that they basically give you a little sampling of the playable characters during the initial stages? That's
correct, yeah.
Nice.
I mean, all in all, so far so good. I've still got stuff to get up to a certain level to do, like a Mega War and some other stuff. But I'm still on my process of grind at the moment. I have to be very careful though, because this is locked for me. Like I'm region locked now in Canada. So if I was to create a normal European account, which I probably will do, I will only do 2 characters to level 100 in North America or Canada, because it can be handy for just having there. And then in the other parts of the world, when I start again, I'll develop the rest of my squad with heroes. So I think I'm aiming to do Storm and Doctor Strange in North America or Canada, and then the rest will be done in Europe. So then therefore, like, when I'm spending, if I'm to spend, it will be invested into something that is either one or the other. I don't know. I have to make that decision, because you can't migrate, unfortunately.
Gotcha. So what would you say is the number one thing they did right with this launch?
They had the emphasis of exploration, and that's it. Now, playing on BlueStacks, you don't get an idea of the magnitude of the landscape that's being created. I would say that as soon as you get like an iPad Pro, you'll get a real kind of scope of like the feel of the quality of what they've created. But there's more of a travel. You kind of go down well-built streets, scenarios, bosses, but you'll see just so much well-built landscape and backgrounds. And that's really the thing, isn't it? Like, this is an ambitious game. Like, there are out there like ambitious games that mobile games, Genshin Impact, for example, a lot of open world games especially being released, but this to me is just something. It's ambitious. It's Marvel and ambitious. It's a bit better than Marvel. Well, it's a lot better than Marvel Future Fight, and it's very different to like MCOC. I don't think anybody can really compare a lot of these games off because it's a very different game. There's similarities to Marvel Future Fight in build, but that's just really it. This is meant to be this game that interests players, gets you fighting around different known areas. Like I'm in a Hydra Empire area of Manhattan at the moment fighting, and it's really cool because it's just really cool. Sakar's up next, and a few other places as well. I'm yet to go, so it's like, yeah, I'm having a blast.
Cool. And what do you think they need to work on before a global launch?
I would say there's the most wanted, which is the part of the when you go to 100% different areas, you have these kind of like targets where you have to go and face those bosses. As I said, like a boss will appear and you have to go to kind of like go fight them. The biggest issue with that is the frequency of them popping up, and as well because everybody rushes to defeat these kind of bosses, you may be having to travel from one area to another, and by the time you get there, it's gone. And trying to do 100% these different areas like New Stark City, the Hydra Empire, it becomes frustrating because you just like I do this like for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. I'll go down to the area and I'll wait for a boss to spawn and I'll rush over there, and it's like, oh, it's done. So it needs to really find out like the extent of when these mobs or these bosses appear, trying to make that better so you can have it available for you. The other things are just like understanding a few things of incorporating. I think more tutorials are needed. There are tutorials, like it's loads. Yeah. But there needs to be a bit more on kind of like process of things like the absorbing of costume parts to make other costume parts. What is valuable from a dismantling certain types of items you pick up on your travels to then create something. A lot of times I feel like, okay, I kind of know what I'm doing, but then there's times I go like, well, I'm not 100% sure. So I think being clearer on some stuff, and maybe something like a process guide, like a progression guide that they can put out would be really, really helpful. And I think the final thing will be, I don't know. I can't think of anything else that needs to be improved with that. I think it's a pretty solid game. I mean, development for 2 years. I think they've definitely kind of got the nail on the head with it.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. And it seems like the people that have gotten into the beta are pretty excited about it, and it does seem like it's a lot more fleshed out than Realm was at this point of the beta, or even at the global launch. So, we didn't see the sort of tutorial you're talking about in Realm with sort of the story progression until like 3.0. And,
yes.
Unfortunately, I think that cost a lot of momentum for the game because people weren't willing to give it a second look.
Yeah.
So it's it's going to be very interesting. I got some messages about like, hey, do you think both games are going to be able to survive with Realm and Future Revolution? I was like, I don't know about that because they're very similar when you think about like introducing new players to them from a marketing standpoint. There's a lot of similarities, and I don't think that sort of branding confusion is going to help matters, especially if Future Revolution gets off to a strong start, which it looks like it's gonna.
Yeah. What does it do for the mobile side of things? I don't know if it kind of like it will shake things up too much. It's definitely going to be a point of like looking at time investment in things like Future Revolution, because like Marvel Future Revolution is very different. Like I normally get more stressed out playing MCOC and kind of like get angry if things aren't going my way, or kind of like, I dropped inputs here, but I have not had that so far with Marvel Future Revolution. So I think like what I might do is, would I stream Marvel Future Revolution and maybe give up streaming MCOC? That for me is kind of like a thing, because why would I want to stress myself out and stream at the same time? I kind of go like, right, well, I'm chill and I'm enjoying myself when it comes to exploring, and I'm doing boss fights that are stressful, but it's not as super stressful, and that's kind of like what the experience would be, because it's kind of like how I imagine streaming something like World of Warcraft. Like you're kind of going like, oh right, okay, well, you know, fiddle-dee-dee, this happened, but I can go back in again. Like it doesn't cost you to repeat your failures. Where MCOC is a case of like, if you fail, it costs you.
Right.
So that's,
even if it's just grinded items, yeah.
Yeah, that's
and
just
that can feel bad.
Yeah, so it's kind of like assessing that. And it's not saying I'm never going to quit MCC. I love it, and I love kind of the community, and I love producing grind guides and stuff. That's actually the most interesting and fun thing to me from a video production standpoint, is kind of doing like is grind guides, kind of finding out like, you know, twists and turns on kind of side events, and kind of like, you know, I'm at the moment kind of working on plans for my complete grind guide package for 2021. So whilst I go on honeymoon, I'll be putting together my complete grind guides from like the best process of getting 5-star shards, 6-star shards, tier 5 basics, tier 5 cast catalysts, and so many other things as well, because that's what I love about the game. It's kind of like that little kind of like deep dive into saving people time, finding the best process, being instructive, and also kind of following my own process as well to see how it goes. Is it successful? Is it a failure? Do I need to reboot it and kind of do something new? So it's different games for different people. But I would recommend it.
For sure. And like you said, it's just as a creator, how do you want to approach the content you make for the game? And some games, you know, the content, you know, it may be fun to live stream the game versus, you know, like you said with MCOC, maybe you just want to, you know, be able to do stuff off stream, find out the best way to solve things without the pressure of an audience, and then present the finished product. So you know, so I think we've covered everything from the MCU and the world of Marvel mobile games. So Rich, what are you up to this week?
Well, I'm coming off a very busy weekend, and it's going to get a little bit more busier. I've got a few things I've got to like finish off sponsorship wise, but I'm planning to finish off Act 7.2. I'm trying to get, I think, 100% up to 7.2.5 and prepare for next week. Next week's going to be massive for both of us.
Oh yeah,
side event
Patch Week always is. Side event. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's it. Maybe do some rank up videos and think about future rev, what I want to post video wise, because you know, I'm interested in it, so I'm having fun. But it is what it is. Side event in July, I think, is the focus point. What are you up to?
Yeah, same stuff like you're talking about. Just got a couple things to finish up with this month. Keep working on Summer of Pain. Got to take care of this Mysterio, and you know, get the old side quest post written up. So I understand that. But yeah, just you know, looking forward to a new month, some new champions, and you know, maybe do a little Hercules testing once he becomes available.
That'll be good. Right, that has been the podcast. As you know, we're available on all major podcasting services. Go and check it out in the bio. And you can find Dan as well at frontlinemcoc on Twitter. Make sure to get him to 3,000. And also, that's just basically it. And we'll see you very, very soon, whenever that will be, for the next episode. Appreciate you. Bye-bye, everybody.